The Coalition for Justice and Democracy, CJD, has accused suspended Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara of masterminding a smear campaign against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the sole administrator of Rivers, Ibok Eket Ibas. I can't believe this is the first time I'm here. This name, even though we've talked about this sole administrator, this name sounds strange to me. I only know the man by face. In a statement signed by its president, Comrade Raymond Igbona, on Wednesday, the coalition alleged that Fubara was behind the circulation of a forged document on a social media, which falsely claimed that Ibas mismanaged ₦500 billion and inflated contracts to fund President Tinubu's 2027 re-election bid. Barrister, well, for some time now, this River State became silent. What is happening for God? This man has spent, hasn't he spent up to 6 months now, the sole administrator?
Exactly. I think
so I don't know what's happening with Fubara. I don't know. Are we saying that all the meetings that Fubara had with Wike and the president didn't work out? After all, the man, I don't know what is going on. What do you think is going on? Because everywhere we seem to be, the entire media has been silent about the situation in Rivers State, and Rivers State seems to be moving on with this new administrator. I don't get it. Is he not coming back? The Fubara, I mean.
Like you said, there were a series of meetings preparatory to Fubara coming back, and at a point we thought it was so imminent that he will come back.
Correct.
But it appears that some issues are still hanging. And again, Nigeria is never a straightforward issue. You see, they are beneficiaries of the current system, of the sole administrator now, benefiting from contracts and others, and they will fight to return, to make him stay as much as possible, if possible, to extend the period of the suspension of the governor. So forces are now building up on the side of the administrator, and the forces are building up on the side of Fubara and Wike side. So that is a new dynamics. You see these people now coming out to say, to accuse Fubara. If you investigate thoroughly, you see that these are sponsored by people who are getting either by the administrator himself or by people who are deriving financial, but it all comes down to financial benefit. It doesn't go more than that. A lot of people are currently benefiting from the administrator in many ways. So he has his own group today, Fubara has and Wike has. But the issue must remain that him and Wike have not finalized the details of his comeback, the details of the reconciliation. It appears that the reconciliation with a Wike group in Rivers itself, because Wike was insisting he should go and reconcile with members of the National Assembly, the State House of Assembly.
So basically,
some of whom have openly abused and insulted him. And they want them back. They want some commissioners who retired, who voluntarily resigned, to be brought back, who in the resignation openly insulted Fubara. They want them all
basically
back.
What we are saying, what I am deducing from all this play or drama or whatever is that Fubara may not be that as weak as we thought earlier, because when he met Wike and met the president too, we all just felt that was just probably he just decided to cave in and decided to go by all the conditions they gave to him. With this, that means he seemed to be on the ground. He seemed to be fighting. He seemed to be resisting all the conditions or some of the conditions, if not all, that they gave to him or whatever they offered to him. So obviously, if we still have if we are still in this, if we are still here watching or reading such thing, it obviously means that Fubara is fighting behind the scene.
Just like I said, many forces have come into play now. There are people at the highest level, chief of staff, other people that are close to the president that must be benefiting from the sole administrator in Rivers State. So it is in their interest not to rush the process of bringing Fubara back. And again, Wike is the key factor. He must be satisfied to the last, to the crossing the dots and the T's before he will open the way for
I don't
Fubara to
know.
come
So
back.
what? Of course, what do you expect? That Nigerians have moved on. Nobody's even talking about the illegality that the government, that the president imposed on the River State. People are just everybody, no protest, nothing. Everybody here
It's
basically
because
moved
of
on. So
it.
that's
It's
why they are
because
doing what they're
of
doing.
the attitude of Fubara. If you can recall, at the beginning, he had overwhelming support. People
Support,
were
yeah,
ready to join him to fight. But when they saw him caving, when they saw him
yeah,
attending some of this needless meeting and coming out to say he has reconciled and done this, a lot of people felt
yeah.
disappointed.
Okay, I think I agree
Me,
with you.
me inclusive. A lot
Yeah,
of us felt disappointed. We wanted him to fight to the end.
yeah,
It's not all about being governor, but doing the right thing, fighting the forces of evil and darkness. A lot of people wanted to follow him into that fight, only for him to leave them halfway and go another way. So people became disillusioned and withdrew from that fight, and that is why you saw a lot of silence on the issue up to today. People
yeah.
have left him
Yeah, I
to
agree
his
with you.
own
I remember we,
devices.
yeah, I remember we talked about that or whatever because that man actually disappointed a lot of us when he decided to meet with Wike and the president who imposed himself on us. Honestly, it's sad. Anytime I refer to him as the president, I feel bad. Unfortunately, we had Nigeria. We just have to have someone leading us, even though the person, even if the person is the devil.